Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Min Song Kang, Professor of International Economics at Korea University, GSIS. And also, I'm Director of BK21 program of GSIS. Today, I'm more than happy to explain BK21 program of KU GSIS. But before starting my explanation, I'd like to introduce the research professors of BK21 program. First, Professor Kyungnim Shin. Okay. Say hello. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Professor Woo-sung Kim.
Hi, good afternoon.
And Professor Sonu Baek.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So let me share my screen. Okay. So the title of BK21 program of KU GSIS is Global Conflict Management for an Inclusive Society. Sounds complicated, but it's not that difficult. Okay, later on I will try to explain what we are going to do. Okay. And today I will try to explain what BK21 program is, and the vision, goals, and the organization of KU GSIS BK21 program of Glocal studies, and what kind of support programs we have, the selection procedure, and the schedule for participants, fellows, and editors. Okay, so those issues will be discussed today. First, BK21. BK21 stands for Brain Korea 21, okay, which is sponsored by Minister of Education. The Minister of Education of Korea has its own government agency, which is NRF, which is National Research Fund. Okay, so NRF, National Research Fund. So using this fund, the Ministry of Education is trying to develop graduate studies, okay, more than 20 years. So BK21, okay, for example, is aiming at the 21st century. That's why we put the 21. Okay, it is a governmental scholarship program for the graduate studies in Korea. Okay, and it has a long history. Since 1999. Okay, so every 7 years, the NRF, sponsored by Minister of Education, just picked up universities in Korea, and they try to provide a bunch of financial support to graduate studies, graduate schools. Okay, so it is aiming at how to cultivate outstanding scholars, especially students just like you. Okay, so every 7 years, the Minister of Education had a different subject. For example, political science, economics, sociology, and also the part of the natural science as well. For example, physics, chemistry, biology, and so on. Okay, however, in the field of international studies, we have a relatively short history of BK21 program. So last year, so especially last summer break in 2020, GSIS faculty members of sort of a task force to prepare for the BK21 program. So we just applied for the BK21 program of Ministry of Education, and we won the program. Okay, so this one, the current 7 years can be called sort of phase 4. Okay, phase 4 of BK21, and according to NRF's classification or categories, we have a bunch of two big groups. One is a future talented human resources training project. It is basically focusing more on basic and the core academic field. Okay, so for example, as I mentioned before, political science, economics, and the basic departments in natural science, okay, or engineering college as well. And the innovative, talented human researcher training project, this is a new area. The NRF and the Ministry of Education started to focus more on sort of a new subjects. So how to foster researchers will lead innovative growth, improve competitiveness in new industries, and the lead solving industrial and the social problems. Okay, so and it has two different fields, new business and the social industrial problems. So KU GSIS just applied the last part, okay, field of social and the industrial problems. So we just submitted our application paper to Ministry of Education, while KU GSIS will try to solve conflicts in the Korean society. Okay, and we are trying to, focus more on global issues, and then somehow we can contribute to inclusive society with Korea. That's what our proposal, and it was accepted, and happily we just won the project. Okay, so let me briefly explain the visions, goals, and the organization of KU GSIS BK21 program. So think about the Glocal conflict management. Special Glocal is a sort of combined word of the global and the local. Okay. KU GSIS just focused more on global conflicts, which means global conflicts can be defined. Local conflicts generated by the global issues. For example, look at this diagram. In the Korean economy is exporting a lot of things to the foreign countries, foreign markets. But thing is, the job creation effect of Korean export just reduced a lot in recent years. That'll be a sort of one of the key problems that the Korean economy has right now. And also the society without empathy. For example, Korea is trying to adopt sort of defectors from North Korea and also foreign countries. And we have international migration within Korean society. However, it would generate a bunch of conflicts between local people in Korea and also immigrated people. Okay, that would be one example. So, and also security threats, because think about the non-traditional security threats, unstable Korean Peninsula economy, increasing threats to human security. COVID-19 would be a really good example. Okay, so we just proposed this idea to the Ministry of Education. While we have a lot of conflicts, but some conflicts are coming from the global society and the global economy, and also analyzing global issues. We are trying to solve those conflicts within Korea. Okay, then definitely it will lead to the Korean economy to a more inclusive society. That's what we have, okay, in terms of visions and the goals. Okay, so here, as you see, we have three different categories, but the economy can be understood as I see international commerce, and the security and the peace and security in GSIS, and the society is IDC tracks, International Development Cooperation tracks. Okay, so even though we just proposed this idea, but we are looking for the same issues for the GSIS students, because you need to study your issues as you plan before. Okay, so think about what the GSIS is doing. Well, we are analyzing global conflict issues. Think about the international commerce, global value chains, or U.S.-China trade war, or international trade order, WTO, World Trade Organization, or free trade agreements. Think about those economic integration. Okay, so how these things are affecting local society, local economy. That's what we are doing, right, in the field of international commerce. And also peace and security. We have a bunch of different security issues, human rights, okay, and also conflicts between neighboring countries, and also energy issues or environmental issues, or inter-Korean tension. We think about the conflict between South and the North Koreas, and also unstable economy in the Korean Peninsula. Okay, and so those issues can be studied in the GSIS, and development cooperation, so international migration and the sustainable development goals, and human rights can be another key issue, and also the inequality, okay, inequality among countries in the world, okay, poverty trap, okay. So those issues can be studied in the GSIS. Okay? So vision and goals. So we will try to build an inclusive society by resolving local conflicts. So think about this concept, inclusiveness of an economy or on society, especially inclusiveness, which is a sort of buzzword in an international organization in recent years. Okay, so simply because think about their globalization. So since the 2000s, the world economy tried to globalize as a system. Okay, so globalization has proceeded a lot. However, it generates some bunch of side effects. Okay, especially when you look at the developed countries, for example, the United States or Western European countries, the middle class has been collapsed. Okay, because simply due to globalization process. Okay, so in that sense, how to include socially marginalized people. Okay, and also including all different kinds of people in a society. Okay, so we're going to try to share our benefits from globalization in a more inclusive way. Okay, that's the key concept of inclusive society. Okay, so we will try to analyze issues in international commerce, the development and cooperation, and the peace and security. Okay, and we will try to train students in GSIS, focusing more on global conflict management. So they will learn innovative policy development, analysis skills, the complementary practical skills, and the strengthening global communication skills and the leadership. So a lot of KU GSIS faculty members are participating BK21 program. As you see, 20 participating professors from KU GSIS, and we have 3 research professors, okay, Professor Shin, Kim, and Park, as introduced before. And also, I'm a director of KU GSIS BK21 program, and I'm teaching international economics, and also I'm also interested in trade and development, and also the Professor Han Jung-sun. Jung-sun Han is associate director. Her specialty is Japanese history, okay, and also the peace in East Asia, okay. Professor Kim Jong-ho, whose major is management, so think about the international commerce area, especially business operation, okay. And the Professor So Chang-no is a human rights expert, and the Professor Park Sung-hoon, European studies and the international economic integration. Professor Park In-won, another international commerce expert, especially regionalism in East Asia, and the Professor Oh Jung-hoon, digital economy and the e-commerce. And Andrew Kim, who's a sociologist, he is focusing more on the Korean economy, Korean society, Korean society, especially, the religion issues in Korean society. And the Professor Kim Sung-ham are the security issues, especially, unification of Korean Peninsula, and also the U.S. Political policy, U.S. foreign policies, key areas of Professor Kim's research topics. Professor So Dong-won, especially Korean society, focusing more on labor unions. And Dean Lee, Jason Lee, political scientist, and energy cooperation is his key expert. And Professor Jung So-young, climate change, and Professor Lee Seung-ho, water management, and Professor Porter, Coach Porter, urban planning is his major. He's focusing more on poverty reduction and also development issues. Professor Robert Rudolph is another economist, but focusing more on how to evaluate policies and also welfare economics, and also the female issues, okay, gender issues. Professor Lee Dong-eun, his major is international finance, so macroeconomic issues. He's focusing more on macroeconomic issues. Professor Kwak Dong-won is really good at the mathematical and the statistical analysis, okay, and policy evaluations. Professor Im Si-jung, a political scientist, but she is focusing more on welfare issues and also the environmental issues. Professor Kim Dong-jung, security issues, and Kang Gyu-won, international cooperation, especially educational cooperation of poor countries in the world. And Professor Shin Jung-lim, international commerce, especially aid for trade. And Professor Kim Woo-sung, regional scientist, but he's focusing more on the development issues, regional development issues. And Professor Baek Sun-woo looks more on the security issues. So I think we do have a really good faculty members. So here is the contact information. So if you're interested in any issues in the issues in the commerce or the political science or the development cooperation, then you can send an email to professors. And now let me try to explain the what kind of supportive programs we have. Before that, I need to define a bunch of key terminologies. Okay, for example, we do have a BK21 participants and the fellows and the editors of a virtual writing clinic. Number one, who is the participant? Well, we are looking for a full-time graduate student in the KU GSIS, and then also, less than 2 years master's degree and the 4 doctorate years students. Okay, and then among participants, we can have fellows and editors, as the diagram is showing us. The fellow means participants who received a scholarship, okay? And the editors, participant who works for the virtual writing clinic and they receive the payroll. So it means that we're gonna try to hire or select native speakers, the English, and then normal GSIS students can ask editors to review their writings. Okay, so we are trying to operate the virtual writing clinic. Okay, and yes, a virtual writing clinic. It provides English editing services for students of a GSIS BK21 program at any stage of the writing process. And it is a free resource to all participants and the fellows for any kind of writing project. For example, term papers or curriculum vitae and the memorandums, essays, presentations, applications, and so on. Okay, so free of charge. And the VWC Virtual Writing Clinic plans to provide English proofreading services by hiring students whose native language is English, one by one in the 3 different fields of development, commerce, and the peace and security, as we discussed. Okay. And what kind of benefits you can enjoy after participating in BK21 program? Well, bunch of different benefits. Number one, support for domestic and overseas academic conference participation fees and expenses. Well, we do have a sort of conferences or seminars, even workshops. Okay, then if you are interested in specific topics, and then you just heard bunch of academic affairs, academic societies opening and operating conferences, seminars, and the workshops, then definitely you can participate in those activities, and the fees and the expenses will be supported. Okay, and the short-term field trip expenses, and also participation in overseas education programs. For example, the KU GSIS, we do have a bunch of collective programs. For example, we have exchange student programs, and also dual degree programs, and then definitely we can provide a bunch of supports. And also research activities can be supported. Publication fees of your academic articles in well-read journals, and the incentives for publication of academic articles. And we will have colloquiums and also special lectures. Okay, and also we will open a sort of seminars as well, that definitely you can attend those events. Okay, and also more opportunities to apply to competition for the participants. Okay, and also thesis clinic services, and we can provide textbooks, especially ebook of your textbooks about classes in the KU GSIS, and the statistical analysis software such as Stata within a range of process. Okay, so more information will be announced later and also English editing services through the virtual writing clinic. And what about fellows? Fellows and editors in the virtual writing clinic. So all benefits for participants except the textbook or statistical software, especially for the fellowships and master students. At least they can receive 700,000 Korean won per month, okay, during 6 months. And also PhD students, 1.3 million Korean won per month at the minimum, okay? And also virtual writing editor, okay, a very similar amount of fellowships, okay? So those great opportunities for KU GSIS students. And then, you may be interested in what kind of responsibilities I have. Well, responsibilities of both participants and the fellows. Definitely, we are looking for your active participation in our seminars, special lectures, the workshops hosted by BK21 program of Glocal studies. And also, you will be asked to acquire Glocal conflict management expert certificate. Okay, which means you need to take courses certified by Glocal conflict management experts. So unless the 5 courses for master students and 10 courses for PhD students, okay? And also internship in local government. However, due to COVID-19, it can be substituted by attending workshops and seminars held by BK21 program, okay? And also you need to select thesis track, okay? If you select the non-thesis track, definitely you cannot receive scholarships from BK21 program. And also for the PhD students, you will be asked to publish an article in a refereed journal, KCI, SSCI, or Scopus, okay? And also, additionally, this is a new requirement starting from this coming fall semester. Korea University, the headquarters, they will open a new class which is called Introduction to Graduate Studies, having just 1 credit, okay, and it turned out it does not affect the maximum credits per semester. So it is a sort of online class, and a graduate educational guide, human rights and the gender equality, education for the improvement of disability awareness, and the special lectures on research methodology, statistics and the diversity, research ethics, and the plagiarism, and the information technology security education, psychological counseling. So among them, we have a bunch of requirements from the Minister of Education, okay, NRF, National Research Fund, okay. So we have BK requirements, and also if you're interested in, participants or fellows of KU GSIS BK21 program, definitely you need to take this class, okay, having just 1 credit, Introduction to Graduate Studies. And this is the list of classes for Glocal conflict management experts. First, the core courses So just like mandatory courses in KU GSIS, for example, international economics, business, world politics, introduction to international development and cooperation, and also, in the field of the policy analysis, we have 4 classes, and IDC classes. You can see them, okay, starting from human rights, environmental class, inequality and the planning, city planning, and the business and the human rights, and international commerce area, trade and environment, and the current issues in international commerce, macroeconomics, digital economies, trade disputes, and the negotiation policy, and the peace and security area, approaches to international peace, human security, peace on Korean Peninsula, North-South Korean relations, political economy of international conflicts, and so on. So you will be asked to take more than 5 classes out of these classes, okay? And this is the another list for PhD students, okay? And now selection procedure and the schedule for participants. Starting from today, actually, we will open to hire or recruit participants and the fellows. So you need to submit application form and the required documents to academic affairs office, okay? And then September 27th, we'll try to announce fellows and the editors, okay? And eligibilities, if you're a first semester students of master program, unfortunately, you are not allowed to, participate in the fellow, apply the fellows and the editors, because, for the newbies, we have procedures for application period, and definitely we just already provided scholarships for the newbies. However, starting from 2nd up to 4th semester students, you can apply participants, fellows, and the editors, and also PhD students. The opportunities for participants and the fellows are widely open, okay? And the required documents, we have a sort of written format. These formats are available from the website of KU GSIS and the BK21 as well, and also certificate of 4 major social insurance, so D2 visa documents. Okay, it will be issued as of October 1st of 2021. Okay, and you can read them. Okay, and this is the last slide of my explanation. So if you have any further questions, then you can try to call the 5327, and also we do have email account and website. Additionally, we have we have a type of Instagram, KU GSIS BK21. So actually, I strongly recommend you to contact, the BK21 program of Glocal studies, the email, the website, or Instagram. Okay. Okay. Now, if you have any questions about the BK21 program, feel free to ask me, or you can use a chatting board to ask, to raise questions. Any questions? Well, I just try to explain the concept of global conflicts and how to manage global conflicts. But basically, you don't need to worry about the global conflict issues. Just try to study, issues you just planned before. Because think about what we are doing in the KU GSIS. So we are analyzing issues in international commerce, development and cooperation, and the peace and security. So those issues, strongly relate to, conflicts in the world, even their local societies. So definitely, you're widely open, to choose, your research topics. Okay? Any statistics on the applicants? I don't have data right now. In case of the recommendation accepted by the recommendations, well, I will ask participating, faculty members to recommend the one student out of his or her students. Okay, so theoretically, 20 students can be selected by the recommendations, but the others depending on the budget, the size of the scholarships. Okay. So more specific information will be announced in the web page. Okay. And how many courses do we have to take? Well, just try to follow the requirements of a KU GSIS. Current system, I think you need to choose 3 out of 4 core classes, right? Then definitely, 3. Okay, if you select the 3 core courses, then definitely you can choose 2 more classes out of the list. Okay, and students, I need to study 5 courses.
Director Kang,
Yes. Yes.
can I explain more about the courses?
Yes, please.
Okay. I think many of you might have been have some worries about our global conflict management expert courses. So I will explain more about it. So if you are master students, whether you are a BK participant or not, you have to take 3 courses out of these four courses. So international economics, international business, world politics, and introduction to international development and cooperation. You have to take 3 courses out of these 4, whether or not you are a BK21 participant, okay? And if you want to get the certificate of our global conflict management courses, you have to take 2 more courses from these general conflict management policy analysis. You have to take 2 more, okay? So you have to take 2 more courses if you become a BK21 participant. And if you are a doctoral student, if you're in a doctoral courses, you have to take 10 courses to get the certificate, but you don't have to worry about that because whether or not you are a BK21 participant, you have to take 8 courses to graduate to get your doctoral degree. So you have to take independent studies 1, 2, and thesis research 2, and advanced research method, and of course, advanced seminars on international commerce if you're a major in the international commerce, and the advanced seminars on international peace and security if your major is international peace and security, and advanced seminars on international development and cooperation if you major in international development and cooperation. So if you are not a BK21 participant, you have to take 8 courses to graduate. So that means you have to take 2 more courses from the general conflict management and policy analysis. From here, you have to take 2 more courses. So you don't have to worry too much about the global conflict management expert courses because you have to take 2 more courses from here. Okay. Okay, that's my explanation.
Thank you. Thank you. And wow, where am I? Yes. Yes, the application documents will be available from our website. And you need to send up your application to, the BK21 program email. Okay. Well, every single semester, when we start the one semester, then we will select the participants and the fellows. Okay. So every semester, we are selecting new participants and new fellows. Okay. Jennifer's question. Well, if for the first semester students, you can be a participant definitely, and in the second semesters of yours, then definitely you can apply, fellows or or editors. Okay. Well, we will try to open more classes in the general conflict management policy analysis if possible. But, we do have a sort of a limitation of faculty members. Well, sorry about that, but, we will try to hard. Okay, we will try to our best to open the more classes. Submitting documents in person, yes, that's possible. Okay, you can go to academic affairs office, okay, before the due date. Then definitely it's possible to submit documents in person. As I mentioned before, your topics of thesis, just like previous system. Okay, so don't serious, just think about what the GSIS is doing right now. Okay, so issues in international commerce or cooperation, that'll be okay. That'll be okay. Okay, so anything could be a sort of a basic analysis or basic research topics in the BK21 program in GSIS. The limited amount of semester you can be a participant. I'm not sure. Definitely, you should be at least the fourth semester students. Okay, and let's see. Well, a CV. We will try to sort of evaluate your backgrounds, okay, and what kind of things you just study in the undergraduate, okay, and your the academic performance, and also external experience is not that important. Okay, basically, I would say a more important thing is actually your academic performance. Okay. Well, I don't think we can open environment management and environmental management or policy evaluation or what seminar on trade and environment. Okay, I don't think we can open those classes this coming semester. Unfortunately, sorry about that. And Yes, if you ready fellows in the first semester, then depending on your performance in the second semester and also later on, definitely, yes, you will be selected as a fellows in the second and the third and the fourth semester. Yes, that's possible. Okay. Scholarships will be given to fellows, not the all participants. Okay. The scholarships will be given to fellows, not all participants. Okay. Yes, today's material will be available from BK21 website. Okay. Yes, definitely you can register any courses among the categories shown on my slide. Basically, what I mean is you don't need to take all 5 classes during this semester, okay? So before your graduation, you need to meet the requirement, okay? You need to meet the requirement before your graduation.
I want to make one comment about the Jennifer's question. Jennifer, you have to take you have to choose 2 courses from the General Conflict Management Policy Analysis. I think you are a master student, and there are 5 categories in the slides of showing the Glocal Conflict Management courses. And among the 5 courses, you have to take 2 more classes from the General Conflict Management Policy Analysis, not from the Export Growth for Job Creation, not from the Enhancing Peace and Human Security.
For the fellows recommended by professors, yes, so you have to ask your professor, but it's your professor's sovereignty, which student can be selected, because each professor has just 1 slot, okay, 1 slot. So each professor will recommend just 1 student out of his or her students, okay? Well, academic performance, maybe in your GPA. And also your participation in BK21 programs. For example, when you were a participant, you already actively participated previous events held by the BK21 program of Glocal studies. Okay. Well, I'm not sure about the visa D2 document. Anybody?
Yeah, actually, you have to submit your a copy of visa on October 1st. So just make sure that you have to issue the visa D2 before October 1st. Okay. But at least you can apply. You can apply TBA participants. Don't worry about it. But you have to submit your visa D2 based on October 1st. So make sure that be ready before October 1st. And for the METI, I checked IPS 217. Yeah, 217. Let me check later, because definitely could be included in the list, but let me check, and then I will compare the course list. Okay, then I will let you know.
Yes, professors should be in the list of participating faculty members. Okay, we have 20 participating professors in the BK21 program. Okay, but some professors are not on the list, so you need to check if your professor's name is on the list. Okay. Do you think we can have simultaneous application for fellows and editors? Professor Kim?
Yeah, generally we are recruiting fellows and editors simultaneously at the same time, but based on the current David's question, but you cannot apply again once we decide the fellows. So you need to choose one of fellow status when you apply.
For the fourth semester students, about the Munhyun's question, I don't think this student is required, right? Because we just started to apply our requirements starting from last semester. Am I right? I can't remember the exact date. So definitely, just about the Munhyun's questions, okay, if your fourth semester students, and definitely you don't need to meet the other requirement, okay? David, sorry about that, okay? You cannot apply for both, okay? Course major. Do we have any course major classes? I don't think we have course major classes. Okay? Any other questions? Okay. Let's do this. Actually, as I mentioned before, well, we're going to try to upload this this file to our website. Okay, you can review the document again, and also, if you have any further questions about the BK21 program, then definitely you need to send an email to our the professor, actually Jung Ji-won, okay, and her email address is on the document, okay. Just forgot the email address. Yes, GSIS BK21 at korea.ac.kr, okay. So just send send an email to GSIS BK21 at korea.ac.kr if you have any further questions about. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Just take care of yourself. COVID-19 is getting severe. Actually, I hopefully you can have a really good start of this semester. Okay, so thank you very much to attend today's event. Thank you.